From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one.
Thank
They
you.
will leave here unharmed.
Thank you.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
There's always the one centaur that is nice. There's always
Foolish
the one.
children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest.
You just trusted us.
I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
Yeah, there's a bit of prejudice from the centaurs, but I understandably though so. They're very angry about it.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
He was annoyingly cryptic.
Isn't Moonstone all around us?
Right.
Why retrieve one from a cave?
Knowing centaurs, I suspect he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know it when we see it.
Yeah. I trust him.
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later.
Let's do it,
I can head
Poppy.
to the library and start looking into the cave he mentioned.
Okay. Alright.
I'll let you know what I find.
So I guess we're done here. Right? That quest has been... Alright, a basis for blackmail. Speak with Natty just outside of Hogsmeade. Alright, let's go to that one.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Thank you. Away, Highwing, away!
Who lived here, I wonder?
We already got whatever we needed from here. No need to worry about it right now.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Alright, land. Oh, that thing too. Can we land? That's the only problem with Highwing, is like, landing can be such a chore. I'm like trying to land and she keeps overshooting. Alright. Highwing. Come on, girl.
Highwing! Go!
Highwing. Get out. Oh my goodness. You can't enter while mounted. You know, I'm just trying to unmount. Why am I not landing? Oh my goodness. Descend is control. I am holding control. And then landing is supposed to be B. Good lord. Maker's breath. Okay, I understand that. Here, let me try landing somewhere else. Goodness. That was unnecessarily difficult. So unnecessarily difficult. See, if I had my broom is way easier to deal with. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna climb. Forget you. Let me go grab this chest real quick.
Revelio.
All I wanted was this. All this for a field page. Field guide page. Chocolate frogs. Likely left behind by a Hogwarts student visiting Hogsmeade, these enchanted confections hop around like real frogs. And each comes with a collectible card featuring a famous witch or wizard. Okay. I'm not gonna bring Highwing into this. She failed me. She failed me. Okay. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go by foot. Alright, Nats.
Are you
Nats.
ready to put an end to Harlow?
Let's do it. Let's end it.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dible, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hog's Head. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hog's Head, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Alright.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dible, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow.
Okay.
Meet me here after you have spoken with them.
Okay.
Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Okay. So let's go talk to a whole buttload of people. Guess we're just gonna have to go this way and work our way around.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and am trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly.
Oh my goodness.
But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Yeah, good for you for trying to do what's right, but jeez.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity.
Good on her.
I also know that he's extremely clever.
Good on
That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else would
What
have
else
to
could it
happen to
possibly
him?
mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden.
What else could it mean?
It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
All right.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Too late for that. Too late for that a long time ago. Mrs. Rabe, we do hope you will consider helping us with our banking needs. We've given you ample time to reach a decision on your own, but we're beginning to lose our patience. She did give you her decision multiple times. It just wasn't the decision you wanted her to reach. We know your husband would appreciate it if you were to see the value in our working together. Shall we expect a response by week's end? Best to keep this between us if you understand our meaning.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you.
AF.
I hope it's not too late.
Shady
Now,
AF.
to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Shady AF. We know exactly
Otto
what that letter
Dible
means.
works at Gladrags. I should check there.
I remember Otto. He's over here.
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dible, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help.
It's another Greg Ellis voice
spoke
actor.
to Mrs. Bickle.
Voice actor.
You know the Bickles? All right, but we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man, but even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop.
You know who?
I hid the note behind the counter
What?
and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd
He's
placed.
several
I
hundred
went
years
into the
early.
storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled.
Scarf.
He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
I'm surprised he gave us all this information to a 15-year-old kid.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man, but when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
Oh my Gosh, this poor guy.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
Okay.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Or did I just take it?
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Revelio.
He said, though, that the note was in pink stationery. Is it back? Is it not back here with glad rags? I don't have to, like, pick it up or anything? Pink stationery. Guess not. Or maybe I already picked it. Maybe I already picked up the note. I don't know.
Revelio.
Alright, well, you know what? I'm just gonna go.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
He's right there.
Hello there.
Ooh.
Aloha,
Hold on, let me go break into your house first before I start questioning you.
Revelio.
Nice. Now that I robbed you blind. The demiguise is very interesting. We can have a chat.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Oh, tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
I get that.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home.
Oh,
He
like
found
what I
the
did.
book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went.
Like I'm walking away with
I
your
was
stuff.
shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
It's okay.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Harlow, if Harlow isn't careful, he probably will end up not talking either. Permanently. Okay. Hopefully Natty made some progress with her part in all this. I can't jump over the gate. Seriously? Seriously? Come on, platforming.
Revelio.
How did I miss this? How did I miss the Hogsmeade one? The only all-wizarding village in Britain, Hogsmeade has been a favorite haunt of Hogwarts students 30 years and up for centuries. The only all-wizarding village. Okay. So those hamlets don't count, I guess, because they're not a village, they're a hamlet.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Oh, maybe she got captured. Ugh. Might have to rescue her.
If something...
Alright.
Natty must be around here somewhere.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Natty's wand.
Uh-oh.
She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Yeah, she has, because of her training in Wagadu, she can do wand
Revelio.
magic. I see flowers. Footsteps. Flowers and footsteps.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
They're gonna get it. They have it coming.
Footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward.
Yeah. Pay attention.
A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
But first, we're gonna loot. Priorities.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
I mean, even if I'm seen, I don't really care. As bite. I will bite you.
Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
Well, about that.
I've been to Dark Arts several times. Can't understand why more don't.
Yes,
Perhaps this dinner I'm hearing.
Expulso!
Forget about it.
Expelliarmus!
I'm just...
Forget about it. Let them be seen.
You will pay for your...
Now, this has become personal.
Expelliarmus! Bombarda! Descendo! Expelliarmus!
No! You're going to regret...
Did you say something?
Descendo!
I hear you!
Expelliarmus! Incendio! Bombarda!
Death! Expulsion!
You die for
Expelliarmus!
that.
Bombarda!
Stop that right now!
Revelio!
Bad. Oh, so I do have to find the other letters. if I can. Optional. Probably better than this.
Descendo. Depulso. Depulso.
No?
Revelio.
There's gotta be a way to get there. Ooh, I can just steal their stuff. There it is, in pink, letterhead. My darling Otto, I have read your last letter over and over, and am certain to read it again each hour until we are able to meet. I dread the notion that I will not see you soon, but I am not without hope. I long for the day that our engagement can be shared with those whom we love, especially my dear father. I do not wonder at your wanting to wait until you are more settled, my love, and I know that you are doing all that you can to ensure that such a situation is within your grasp. Please allow me to say that these past months of being unable to share publicly the feelings which exalt me to the utmost pinnacle of happiness have been an existential challenge indeed. Wow, what writing. And now I'm off to read your letter once more. Yours affectionately, Rosie.
Otto Dible's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it.
Apparently I'm not.
Revelio.
Maybe because I can pull it?
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Okay.
Arresto Momentum.
Cool. Glad I figured that out.
Revelio.
Nice. The other one, I removed the other one too, apparently.
Revelio.
Book of Phones. It's gotta be here somewhere. Maybe back here? Nope. Maybe here? Lights. Here it is. You are as dear to me as an augury whose voice foretells the coming rain. You are as loved by me as a crop who could be, whose loyalty is true and plain. You have cast a spell over my heart. I want it not undone. You have charmed me from the very start. You will always have been the one. Dulcibella Filbert.
The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Yeah.
Revelio.
Good.
Natty must be here somewhere.
She's probably in here. I will break anyone who's hurt her.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe. He will tell you what you need to do.
Revelio. Alohomora.
Nice.